Hello, this lesson is a one chord improvisation. In this case, it's an A chord, kind of like an A major or kind of like an A fifth. And all we're gonna do is use a chord and then think about how many possible embellishments and licks and different things we can do to keep the music interesting even though we're only playing one chord. So I'm thinking something like this. The chord is played by just barring with your first finger. So from the A string you go 0, 2, 2, 2. You kind of, if you strum just 3 strings, if you strum the A, D, and G, that would be a 5th chord, a power chord. And if you strum down to the 2nd chord, it'd be a major chord. But either way, most of these harmonies work. And in blues, quite mysteriously, you can play a minor blues scale on the major chord, and it sounds really cool. I never have understood how that works, but it does. So one of the first things that I want to point out is that muting. So I'm not just strumming the chord. In between strums of the chord, I'm using my left hand to mute the strings to give that percussive sound. So. And just that, I mean, if you're not really familiar with that concept, you can just turn this video off right now and go and do that. And I hope you'll have a bit of a eureka moment to go, hold on. You can play some really cool stuff just with a chord and a mute, and you definitely can. And I've said many times on this channel and many times to my friends that muting is the most underrated part of guitar. So there you go, first tip, muting. And then I was just playing some notes. So in between my little muted riff, the first one I did was a C with a bit of a bend and a vibrato. And then the G. Both of those are at the 3rd fret. So that's something nice you can do is you play a riff, you can play that little chord or any other riff that you're playing, and one single note played nicely with a bit of a bend, a bit of a vibrato, a nice tone. One note is enough to carry. The ear is, oh, I missed the strings there. So one note, you don't have to every single time. And then another thing I was showing you there was that you can go to the, in between A chords, the A minor pentatonic. In this case, I'm playing dyads, where I play 2 notes at once. If you don't know the minor pentatonic scale, I have other videos on this channel explaining that just by itself, and no doubt there's a zillion videos on YouTube explaining that. It's super, super important. If you don't know the minor pentatonic scale, once again, turn this video off and go and learn the minor pentatonic scale, and that will set you off in all kinds of directions. So, moral of the story, lesson of the day, is that all you have to do sometimes is play one chord with a cool rhythm and a few little cool little tricks that aren't even hard to do, and you can play a perfectly lovely piece of music that people will like to listen to. Thank you very much.